everyone, my name is Logan Lyon, and today I'll be talking to you about CTE in the NFL, as well as just football in general. And my goal here today is to inform you about CTE and CTE in football. It affects day-to-day life, and I'll be talking to you about what exactly CTE is, how it affects your day-to-day life, how it is prevalent in football, especially the NFL, as well as all levels leading up to that, and the effect it has on people in the brain. Of course, I have some interesting statistics and things along the way that will help us all understand it much more and get a better sense of what it actually is. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy is the scientific name for it. Very tongue twister. And what it does is it affects your brain. What happens is a protein called tau, T-A-U, clumps up in your brain and spreads over time and starts to rot at the brain tissue, turning it a brown color. And over years and years, it is going to create an abundance of symptoms that can't be detected because they are normal symptoms for other things too. And what happens is usually it takes years, but it can be diagnosable within days or months, but also it can take up to decades, and it is not diagnosed as CTE until after death because that's the only known way right now. We all know that the brain is the control center of our bodies. Like, if you don't have your brain, you're not going to be able to live. It pumps blood to your everywhere else. It tells your heart to pump the blood. It tells your fingers to type. It tells you to run, tells you to walk, tells you to get up in the morning, tells you to go to bed, makes you tired, all that. Now, according to doctors from Boston University, it is caused by repeated head trauma. So things like football are very prevalent, but also sports like hockey from checking, soccer from headbutting the ball, and punching from getting punched. That's why the syndrome is also known as punching syndrome. It makes you get punch drunk from getting punched. They call it punch drunk. It is a degenerative disease. Now let's talk about how it is prevalent in football. It's most prevalent in football players, and 21% of high school football players actually are said to have had it. But like I said, it's only found after death. So in a study done by Boston University, the Boston School of Medicine at the Boston University, after 4 years of high school football, your chances of having CTE increase they triple. So that doesn't even take into account if you play in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And we all know that football at every level is trying to make it safer. Now, you think that's a lot. 91% of college athletes have CTE, as well as, or 91% of college football players, as well as 99% of studied NFL players had CTE after death. And it was once a rare disease, but it is booming with concern. It is so concerning now to people. Like I said, this is once again not diagnosable until after death. It has the same effects as other brain conditions, and the symptoms are numerous. It goes from confusion, memory loss, impaired judgment, impulse control problems, aggression, depression, anxiety, suicidality, Parkinsonism, and progressive dementia. Boston University also found in the study that the chances increase with age. So as you see in that, it was more prevalent in younger players. There was in high school, there was a huge jump from high school to college, mainly because the game speeds up, but also because the people are aging. And then again in the NFL, and as they get older after their times of playing have ended. Now that we have explored everything, I'd like to just go back and say that CTE is a very serious problem. It affects your brain. It impairs your judgment. You don't know that you have it until, like I said, you are dead. So it is impossible to find out if you actually have it.